Hi, everyone, and welcome back. All right, so welcome to the week of the 16th of September, 2024. Just a few things before we begin. In looking at our fears, going within, we need to realize the root cause. So the root cause of fear is anger, hate, and violence. Fear is the feminine as energy of anger, and anger is the masculine of fear. So fear is passive in the sense of that's passivity, and anger is the aggressor, right? Anger, hate, violence. Okay? So when we're looking at this, when we go around from Aries to Pisces, it doesn't always have to be a negative, because sometimes the fear of excelling, getting the promotion, earning what we rightfully deserve, sometimes is a subconscious fear that we're not aware of, right? So it's not always hate, violence, and anger. So let's go around the world and see what's happening, okay, for the week. I hope you guys have a great week. We have these eclipses, and one more thing. With this eclipse, I feel a deep sense of vulnerability is needed. A place to call our own within. Not to get so much involved. Let's not get so much involved with the external stuff going on around us, right? Okay, Aries. So Aries is really helping yourself mentally. Your fear of being hurt is being healed within a family dynamic, whether that's a spouse, a live-in, and or siblings or what have you. Okay? So that fear is going away in order and to establish a sense of peace, mental stability, peace of heart. So you're kind of keeping to yourself right now, which is really a good thing. Staying within your own self to figure out, you know, your next move. What do you want to do next? You may be thinking, like, do I want to stick around this home? Maybe it's time for a short weekend away, or you're thinking of going somewhere perhaps and doing something to help heal your heart, okay? Some of you I see will be spotting an eagle, which is very rare. Also, if it's not an eagle, I would say birds of a feather flock together, I heard. So you might see, you know, a flock of geese in shape of a V, right? Which is community, family, okay? That's your heads up. That's your sign from spirit. I also feel some of you need more rest and to get out of your headspace. Some of you love lavender. If you haven't any lavender oils, you may want to get lavender, or you have it around your home, in your backyard. Also dandelions. Did you know that dandelions are edible? and they're very good for the system, for the body. Some of you are missing, like, someone in the family. Maybe a child is off to school, but I feel it's a masculine that had to leave the house. Maybe it's an ex, whatever. I feel like you're still kind of reeling it in. 3 to 4 weeks ago, perhaps even months ago, you do have 2 4s. So your inner self matters most right now. How you talk to yourself, what you say, where you're going, what you're doing. Right now, it's time to chill. Stained glass windows, some of you may have that. Some of you, if you don't take vitamin D, it would be a good idea to start some form of vitamin D. And if you live in, it's still summer in most of the North America, and most everywhere, maybe grabbing some sun outside. Being outside in Mother Earth is what I meant. Some of you do have a gazebo, and some of you have really a beautiful piece of land where you're growing your own. Okay? Beautiful. So that's not a bad thing, right? So don't take these as these are inner things we're working on, and we call them on the earth plane demons, because that's how it's been conceptualized from the beginning of time, since we came, right? It's a human form of perception. It's what we've learned. We've been pre-programmed to believe. Okay, Taurus. Let's go this way. Taurus. Okay, so that kind of felt like it was coming out. I will take another one because this may definitely be the reason why, because you have the Judgment on top. And that's why that 4 of Wands came out. So, Taurus, you're here telling me that you are really needing to be strong right now. You're needing to hear the call of the Wild. There's a movie, The Wild. I think it's with Rob Lowe. If you've seen it or you haven't, it's really a good movie. So I feel, right, in the jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. What is the strength of a lion? It's resilience. It's courageous. It's being able to tame yourself when others can't. Right? Taming ourselves, right? Like the fear of blurting something out, or not choosing to listen to what others might have to say that might be have some significance. You may be hearing something about your family. You could be dealing directly with a family, and it's really causing you to take a look at it, take a closer look at it. What is it? Some of you are going to see pictures of lions. Some of you have red hair, or you're drawn to red hair people. Like people with red hair, that's a very, it's a very unique when someone has red hair that's real, right? Not dyed. So someone, a feminine, maybe in your family has red hair, or could have dyed their hair. But I feel this is a true redhead. I also feel that some of you play trumpet. You're learning, or your kids are learning. I feel some of you are asking Spirit what to do about a family member, maybe a child. the upkeep of a child, meaning like teaching the child moral values and grounding. Some of you are asking Spirit to help you. Some of you are getting downloads from Spirit with regard to your family, for sure. Like passed on loved ones. Maybe a Leo. I felt that this lion is really strong. Right? In the jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. You could hear that song. As I said for Aries, which was interesting, and the Four of Wands came out, dandelions are very healthy to eat. They are edible when cooked, right? Some of you, if you don't have lavender oils, maybe you want to get some in order to help you tame your inner beast of wanting to, like I said, blurt something out that may affect someone, or someone blurted something out to you, and now it's like, okay, you know, you don't want to retort. You may want to. Some of you have beautiful, like, velvet curtains. Some of you could have a tattoo that has angel wings, or you're thinking about a tattoo. Some of you, a child plays an instrument really well, almost natural, is a natural. And if you also, lavender and also amethyst. Amethyst brings in downloads, right, for our crown chakra. Some of you love green beans, green veggies, eating healthy. Maybe that's the wake-up call. It's like, you know, some of you might have gotten a wake-up call from a doctor visit that said you need to eat healthier. You need to get out in Mother Earth, maybe start exercising. You need to move your energy. Some of you are jewelry makers. I just heard that. Making jewelry with crystals. Starting a line of jewelry. Wow, that just came out of nowhere. Which could have come out of nowhere. Okay, very cool. Okay, let's go to Gemini. All right, Gemini. Look at another call to action. This is call to action. I don't know. I just heard call to action, and then the Knight of Wands came out. A call to action with regard to what you do for work. Some of you are really working hard. Some of you are working hard in your home, like organizing, using your energy. Using your energy wisely. Some of you are really in charge right now of where you go, with whom you choose to be with. Who do you want to spend your time with is like something that you're asking yourself. If you are with an Aries masculine, maybe this is someone that you're interested in, finding out more about them. I feel rightfully so. You should be guarded if someone comes into your life and has, like, you know, has a lot of attraction, is very attractive, could be bald, right? Works hard, plays hard. This guy works hard, plays hard. Some of you are getting a wake-up call download, per se, from a father figure on the other side. And that kind of for some of you, it kind of scares you, right? Because maybe you haven't been familiar with spirit, you know, coming through, maybe in your dreams or as heads up or as signs and symbols from the universe, right? The setting sun. What's that song? The house of the rising sun is setting. Let me repeat that. The house of the rising sun is setting. There's something about a son, a child. You may need to gather more intel or insight or knowledge. You may be investigating right through research, Googling something about a son, a child. And I feel a father figure is trying to help you, whether it's on this side or the other side. And it doesn't make a difference. But I feel there's something about a child here that you're really looking into deeply. You're concerned. Maybe the child's mental health. Maybe who the child spends, if you're divorced, maybe it's who the child spends more time with. Who the child wants to spend more time with. Is the child wanting to spend more time with a father, or is that something that maybe the courts, if you're divorced, did the courts say the father should be, you know, it's like 80% and the feminine, the mom is 20%. I don't know what that is about, but it makes me feel like someone's getting to spend, or someone is being given more time to spend with their son. And I'm not sure if that's something that you are having a problem with or that you are like okay with. Ruby red, something about ruby red. Ruby red. Maybe the horse's name is red. Maybe someone is going horseback riding, learning to horseback ride. Maybe that is something that you should investigate, or maybe it's a child would love to go horseback riding, taking a child horseback riding. Spending more time with children is really important here, Gemini. If it's a son. Father like son. So some of you kind of, and I'm going to tell you, be careful, because some of you are judging your child or children, if you have two sons or whatever, and judging them like their dad. Maybe you're, you know, claiming, I don't know, they aren't ever around, or they don't pay attention. Okay, so some of you have kids who are always on their iPad, their phone. They don't even pay attention. They don't look up. They're not attentive. Some of you need to investigate why, and maybe there's a reason why, but also if it is a divorce or whatever, you can't blame the divorce on maybe a child not being attentive. I feel action has to be taken, and claiming a sense of responsibility here. Something bridge over troubled waters. So you're right now, some of you Geminis are going through it with your kids. And they need your help, for sure. As well as the dad. If they're not absent, right? Okay. Cancers. Wow. Now, I didn't even shuffle that. I didn't even shuffle like that. Oh, shoot, that's way too many. Okay, we're going to stick it to 3. We're going to stay at 3 cards for now. And I'll look at the bottom. They want me to look. Okay, so Cancers. A masculine, probably an Aries, a father figure, or someone that you were dating or whatever, Cancer, is gone, right? An Aries, perhaps. Someone is left. Someone left you hanging, or you left them hanging. This could be about work. You may have some offers. You may have some offers, but they're from a distance. So it could be job offers, or you're dating. If you're single and you're dating, you're like, you know, I don't know if that's what you're looking for. You have 2 full moons, right? So these could be the upcoming eclipses. I know the first one's in Pisces, right? I think the second one's in, shoot, I can't remember. First one's in Pisces. So in the beginning, when I said Cancers, we're taking a step back emotionally. I feel you are taking a step back emotionally. Some of you, it's an issue with your father. Maybe a father figure has left the house. Or it's, you know, it's an ex. I mean, the world's here. Someone may be called to go somewhere for work, or they're being called to leave for reasons of a job opportunity. I don't feel this is love. I mean, not love in the sense of, maybe your biggest fear, Cancers, was that your father would be called to another job, or like your mom and dad are divorced and your father now takes a job, or a new opportunity shows up, or a few of them show up at a distance. And you're like, well, that sucks because dad's not going to be there to take care of me or take me to school or what have you. Some of you did free yourself for sure from, okay, I'm hearing an entanglement. Entanglement. Okay, some of you Cancerians are going to see wings, like feathers. Maybe spirit is, this could be a father on the other side. Spirit could be sending you feathers. Also wheat, something about wheat. Maybe you're looking up wheat, or eating more wheat, or having, you know, like oatmeal or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Some of you are, some of you, I just heard that, you're training for a marathon or a half marathon. The 4 corners of the universe, right? Some of you are looking elsewhere at, like, I don't care how far I have to go or travel. Some of you are just either moving, maybe you're moving, traveling to distant places to look to see where you'd like to end up. The 4 corners. Where does it feel right? Where does it feel like home? Something about feeling, going to places that feel like home, moving back home. Someone's going to win a ribbon. Maybe you wear ribbons in your hair. Some of you are going to see many, like, wings everywhere. Not just birds, but like I said, you could pick up feathers on the street, or, you know, when you're walking, whatever. And the stars. Look at the stars at night. Starry, starry night. So some of you may be working on something at night that you're not telling anyone that you're doing, right? It's like you're keeping it on the DL. If it's not, you could be moving on, moving out, moving up. You have this feminine who's really happy about what has ended or what is getting ready to free you from anything that binds you to a job, to a home. You're like, I'm done with that. I'm free. And the eclipse in Pisces is about karmically being free, setting yourself free from not just a relationship, but chains that bind us, right? Ways that sometimes there's a little fear of you moving on. You could be uncertain as to all the details of where you're headed. So emotionally, it may feel unsettling, but excited at the same time. Very excited. Some of you Cancerians are like very good at the law of attraction, manifesting what it is that you want. You're raising your vibration to a place where it's like, oh my God, that just happened. And I just wrote it down. Or like new moon wishes, I wrote it down and it happened so quick, right? Okay. And something about embroidery, a vest, being investing in your futures, Cancers, for sure. But I also feel that some of you are buying a vest that is very detailed. Investing in your future, for sure. That was beautiful. All right, Leos. I'm going to do a couple more shuffles here so that we don't... Let's get a couple more in. Okay, 2 more shuffles. And then stick around for the collective, if you choose, right? Okay. I know I said 2 and I did 3. All right, let's go. Okay, Leos. Leos. Wow. You guys are extremely happy. Work is fruitful. Work, your job is awesome right now. You like, honestly, Leos, there's like no fear here. Your money is plentiful. Well, it could be a little alcohol, maybe too much celebrating, because money's coming in. Work is really good. Some of you really are financially independent. If you've been waiting for money from work or receiving money, it's coming in and you're extremely happy about it. Good for you. Absolutely good for you. Are you kidding? Some of you hawks are your red-tailed hawk is your totem animal. If not, Google it because it's here. And a red tail follows us for the duration of our earthly existence. Some of you are making wine or going to wine country like Napa, Sonoma. Maybe you're thinking of or checking out places, wine country. Something about wine country. Some of you have been really working hard and you want a break. Good for you. We're still in September. So because you have 2 9s here, 8 and 9s. Some of you were born in 89. Some of you are closing out a job, or you're investing not only in yourself, but I feel like you have a portfolio, or you're making a portfolio, like you're investing in I don't know, crypto, Bitcoin, stock options, whatever. I feel some of you are researching where to put your money that's going to be best for your future. It's not a bad idea. Some of you love pomegranates, or you love to eat them, and or maybe you're growing pomegranates. Some of you are looking into gold, investing in gold, and I am here to tell you I am not a financial investor or advisor, so just heads up, but I see money is like plentiful everywhere. You're so happy. It could be a raise, it could have been a promotion, you could have gotten a new job, you could have sold something or bought something. It's congrats, it's let's raise our glass. It's cheers. Cheers. Some of you are chefs, Leos. Some of you are chefs, but also you're also wine connoisseurs. Some of you are wine connoisseurs and or beer, but I feel it's wine. I felt it was really wine. Investing in yourself, Leos, like not shocking at all, right? Some of you are in school, in college, working really hard. Some of you are getting ready to graduate. Maybe, I know graduation's over, right? May, June, or what have you, but some of you are going back maybe to a trade school, or you're adding something to your portfolio in terms of education, which is a good thing. You're going to like it, even if it is about learning what wines are good for what food groups, right? That kind of thing. Like, what kind of wine tastes better with like salmon, right? And a nice little salad. Some of you are definitely doing that. Some of you are burning the midnight oil, getting ready to do something that's going to be fruitful, plentiful. Whatever you've been working on, Leo, is absolutely working. Okay, and some of you are heading up, being on an advisory board of some sort, or a board of directors. Something about that, burning the midnight oil, maybe getting ready to launch or present something, and it's going to be successful, whatever it is. Maybe you're teaching something, teaching a class, you're learning, you're gathering information, you're putting a portfolio of information together to teach others. Beautiful. All right, Leos, that's great. See, fears are not always, it's not always fearful. And what? Don't we know, you guys, don't we know that our biggest fear lends itself to be our biggest celebration in life, is overcoming all of our fears, right? And that's what we're all working on. Especially when you hear all this stuff going on out there. You know what I mean? Okay. Virgo. All right, lovely Virgos, talk to me. Wow, now look at how that came out. All right, so for Virgos may be a little unsettled as to where I want to go somewhere. I don't want to spend a whole shitload of money. I really need a little vacation. But it's a little unsettling. Your Virgos, some of you may have gone somewhere and spent too much money, and now you're like, shit, I'm worried about. Some of you are worried about your next move for work, your next job. Some of you are worried that your job may be going away or something's not going to work out. You may be deciding, well, do I stay or do I go, in terms of a location and or a job, or both. Or it's, you know what, some of you, a new job didn't pan out. Something did not pan out. Okay, this guy makes me feel like Peter Pan. This guy. Virgos, some of you are dealing with a Peter Pan, right? Someone who never grew up. Or you're watching Peter Pan. But I feel like someone never grew up, right? There's some kind of an emotional tie to Peter Pan. Some of you are watching, you know, that movie, Dr. Hook or whatever, Hook. Some of you are worried and like, I want to go, I really want to do things and go places, but I'm worried that, you know, I'm going to be left with little, very little. So I feel like your decision to start something or go somewhere is really about financial. Virgos, your peace of mind is really based upon what you do for your, you know, what you do for a living. It's really important that you're at peace. And this is being at peace with your being stable. I heard honorable, having integrity. All of those beautiful characteristics of Virgos, right? And when something rocks the boat, when it comes to our money, who we invest in, how much time we invest, where we're headed, where we want to go, it lends itself to being, you're very unsettled, emotionally unsettled about like your next move in terms of a job, or it could be a person. But I feel this is you really unsettled about, like, maybe you're retired. Some of you could be retired and it's like, oh, well, now what do I do with my time, right? I'd love to go and, you know, I'd love to go travel, but that may not be an option. So you're kind of, I feel, Virgos, you're in between making a decision about what your next thing is. What is it? Are you fearful of making a decision that will maybe rock the boat financially? Are you worried, or is, you know, you may have, of course you have financial independence, so that's not the worry. I feel it's, what do I do next? I have the money. I have all the money I need. Thank God. Let's be grateful, right? We are grateful. But, you know, some of you are really feeling there's an unsettling emotional feeling of, well, I could have all the money in the world, but am I happy? Am I truly happy with other parts, areas of my life? You know what I mean? So I feel that you will gain some peace within the next month once you decide what really makes me happy, right? That somewhere over the rainbow, some of you right? Maybe right now, you're in the throes of emotional unsettled. You're very unsettled emotionally about your next move in life, or your next job, or your next launching of a project, or how much time you want to spend with, with others, how much you've invested. Right now, it's a huge question for some of you Virgos. How much time I've invested in others, maybe others at a distance. I've given so much of myself that what do you get in return? Some of you are looking at that as an investing of return. If I make this decision, what's my return? How much will I lose? Maybe you're getting offered some kind of an opportunity, or you're offering someone an opportunity. But I'm telling you something, you got to be careful, because this is like someone could be making something really sound so good, but emotionally you're unsettled. It's a Peter Pan. It's like the daydream. It's like some of you are daydreaming, right? Because Virgos don't make moves unless they know they're solid. And right now, whatever moves you're making, you're not making any moves, because right now, emotionally, something is not sitting well with you. And for others, it's just, okay, what do I do now? What's next? Yeah, that guy looks like Peter Pan. I'm telling you. Wow, I never saw that before. All right, let's go. Libra. I got to keep shuffling in between, because it's like some of these cards come out, but they do come out for reasons to bear another narrative. Okay, let's go. Libras. Celebrating. Libra. What are we celebrating? Cheers. Oh, wow. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, look at this. Wow. You guys are like extremely happy because either you already launched something a month ago, or you're getting ready to launch something that is going to be wow. This is wow. This is, oh my God, this is making me so happy. You're calling up your friends and like, let's get together. I can't believe this is happening. I'm so happy. Something is going to make you extremely happy. Wow. Yeah, I feel like it's, oh my gosh. Something's coming in that makes you really happy. Something that you launch, something that you do creative. Whatever you have created, whatever you're creating is going to bring you great happiness and great peace, making you soar. A feeling of peace that brings you to celebrate. Oh my God, look at this, you guys. Some of you, I mean, we have the sun and the moon here. So this is orchestrated, obviously, by spirit. 3 is the Trinity. So we have Jupiter in Gemini. So whatever, you may have Gemini placements, even though it's not here, it doesn't matter. What matters is whatever you're working on is expanding, is exploding, is soaring to new, is making you feel like, amazing. Some of you it's writing. Some of you it's Reiki. Some of you do Reiki healing, or you're learning Reiki healing. You understand the energies of the masculine and feminine and how to manifest that. I love that. Some of you are learning Hermetic symbols and signs. Something that you've launched or you're getting ready to launch in October is going to just soar. And it's going to make you so happy. Some of you, whatever you're working on or how you work and how you teach, maybe it's teaching others, helping others, if it's through your hands-on healing or teaching through your voice, counseling, teaching, maybe you're a teacher. And you're seeing the success of helping others, and it makes you feel good inside to help others through the word, through God's word, right? The Trinity. Learning how to manifest. Again, you also are manifesting and learning how to raise your vibration up so that you can, what you put out there is coming from within, right? It's the intention, the willful intention of what you put out to the universe, right? To the world, for the world to see, is going to be make you extremely happy. It's a celebration. Wow. And literally, I don't feel that there's maybe the slightest hesitation of fear of, is this going to be seen, heard, felt, understood in the essence of helping others and emotionally helping others? Is this going to be something that's going to help humanity? If there was ever a slight doubt, it's gone. Wow. Some of you are traveling to a warm climate, maybe within the next month, maybe by the sea, by an ocean, and you're like happy about it, or you're planning a trip. Some of you really have some really good close-knit friends, 3 in particular. They're your go-tos. It's kind of like you bounce ideas off of your friends, right? You're getting ready. If you get ready or you have been getting ready, you bounce ideas off family, friends, etc. And then you launch whatever it is that you're launching. Some of you are learning about astrology and the planetary alignments. Great. How that affects our moods, for sure. How that affects our lives. Some of you are getting your natal charts done. Excellent. Not a bad idea to do, right? I feel like this next month is like you're on fire. It's fire all over. It's creativity. It's emotional intelligence also. You're being seen and respected by others. And maybe that comes as a surprise, right? Something like surprise. Look at, you're being seen, you're being heard, you're making a difference. It's beautiful. And Jupiter has a lot to do with it right now. Even though you're not a Gemini, you could have Gemini placements. But it doesn't matter. Because what Jupiter touches is what and how we communicate, how we show up for others. All right, Scorpios. Scorpios. All right, we have a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here. I am going to take them. So something happens. Scorpios, some of you, out of the blue, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn contacts you and is wanting to make an offer. It could be a child. It could be someone wants to make an offer of a job opportunity. Out of the blue, something comes in that is an offer of help. Or you're offering your help, Scorpio, to a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Someone may have gotten kicked out of their home. Just saying. Someone got kicked out of their house and is needing a place to stay or buying a new place. Some of you feel that this actually is a blessing in disguise. Scorpio, some of you are dealing with a child. Maybe a child is leaving the house, or, well, they could get kicked out, but I feel the child is, you're helping someone to realize, okay, some of you are helping a child realize the value of money, the value of the dollar, the value of lifestyle that imposes sometimes financial gain and stability in our lives, but yet sometimes not. So I'm going to tell you right now, and that's why we needed these cards. I am. This could be like father, like son, an issue of father and son, meaning, okay, so the father has tried to instill valuable lessons, right? Maybe there's a father figure, or you are the father figure, right, Scorpio? And you are trying to instill some, some real important, valuable lessons about money, investing, how to, and, all of that. And what God giveth, listen to me, what God giveth, God taketh away. And that's what some of you are teaching your kids. What God gives, what God giveth can also be taken away when it's not properly, it's not really properly, but let's just say when it's not properly respected, grateful for. Some of you may have a child that's not grateful for, how they've lived. They've lived very, in riches, right? They've always had money, right? And now you're seeing the demise of someone who has used money to get, maybe it's a dog-eat-dog world, to get by. Some of you are dealing with someone it's not you. If it is, then, be mindful of being grateful for the things that you have and the things that you've been given. And you're teaching that to your child, or to a child, or someone got kicked out of the house right? And needs a place to stay. Or a new opportunity of work here. Maybe an old boss out of the blue contacts you and says, what do you think, Scorpio? You want another run at it? You want another chance to put that feather back in your cap? Some of you may be contemplating going back to an old job, an old boss. This could be also a boss. Maybe something out of the blue comes up. They contact you, you contact them. Someone could be, a child could have been somewhat, maybe a father figure who had, or a boss, right? Let's just say there's a boss who makes a shitload of money, right? And has been shelling out money to their kid for their home, construction, reconstruction, maybe even building a home for their children or their kid, and ends up with little in the end. Not in the end, but you know what I mean. Someone realizes that they've spent a lot of money on their children. Okay? And it's not like a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn doesn't know how to make money, but has, for some, if this is a father figure or a boss or something, some of you, even if you have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn in your chart, you may have lost money on investing in things that may not have been to the best value here for your money. A home, a property. You might have been trying to sell a property and it's not, it did not sell what you thought it would be on the market for, or what you wanted to sell it for. You didn't get what you wanted, but you did get what you needed, right? The stones. We can't always get what we want, but if we try sometimes, we get what we need. That's what's bringing me here. I feel this strongly. If it is a job that comes in out of the blue and a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn is offering you something, I would be a little hesitant because the peacock shows a little ego that's here. Someone could be pulling your strings, saying all the right things, I feel. Be mindful of that, but some of you are in real estate. You're a realtor. Some of you are realtors, and you're understanding that the market is dropping in certain areas. Maybe in the area that you are working as a realtor, you're seeing the decrease in home sales right now. And the market value is going down. It's not as explosive as it was. For some of you, it's the opposite. Just saying. Some of you be mindful of electricity, something in your home. It's not a big problem, but it could be electrical outlets in the foundation, or your wires, wires getting crossed. Someone may really, bite the bullet, meaning I feel their ego, some of you, that someone's ego just got knocked down to its core. And maybe someone wants another chance. I feel it's work though, you guys. Okay, Scorpios. Good luck with that. And be mindful of the reasons why. The reasons why we go back instead of not going forward. Is it for our pride? Is it for fear of losing our pride? Something about pride, being too prideful. Someone, you and or someone else. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. All right, let's move on to Saggies. Sag. Three of Pentacles is reversed. So what's not working, Saggies? Oh, it's money. So I feel okay, some of you, it's like you're spending, maybe lately, you know, the last 3 weeks, maybe you've been going out, partying it up, spending a lot of money, and now you're like, oh, wait a second, I gotta put a pause on this, right? This is your card, right? I gotta put a pause on my spending. That's the first thing I see here. Some of you, it's child support. It's draining your bank account. Something's draining your finances, Saggies. So putting a little hold on spending would not be a bad idea. Some of you could lose a job, right? We have a full moon here. So, like, if you leave a job or lose a job, right? You're going to get back what the time that you spent. Maybe some of you spent 3 to 4 months at a job or years. And now it's like, you know what? I need to take a break from this job. I want to find a new job. Maybe you're in the market and you're now looking for a new job. You know what they say, right, Saggies? Looking for a job when you have a job is always the best. You could have made an investment. You could have, okay, for those who have financial portfolios, Saggies, maybe you were hoping to invest or put some money aside for your kids or family or emergency, a nest egg, and maybe you had put money in a nest egg or put money aside, but now you need to pull it out for whatever reason. I feel you're fearful of losing this money, not regaining the money that you lost on any investment that you have made with either people, places, or things. And or if you have been spending too much money, it's time to cut back. Sometimes we do fear, right? The fear, this could be, well, that doesn't apply to me because I have plenty of money, but fear of losing money is in the back of your mind or your subconscious. Fear of losing money, fear of losing a job is something that makes you more motivated perhaps and or wanting to, work harder or get a better job. Some of you, this is a time for assessing what it is that you really want to put your efforts into. Not just work, but who you're putting your time and effort into, and who's not putting in enough time and effort in you. I feel truly that you're showing up, Saggies, as authentic and really with great potential. I feel you have great potential and thriving to get something going. But it's just not yet. Maybe you need another month for this transition. So if you've been thinking about leaving a job or getting a new job or you're interviewing, you will give your 3-week notice now or in the next month. Come October, you may say, okay, starting the new year, I'm, January 1st, 2025, I'm out. If you're launching something, Saggies, if you're getting ready to do something, a project, some kind of a project that you've been dealing with, it will be launched within the next 3 months. 3 months, right? So right before the end of the year, you're getting ready. Maybe it's not time yet. It's not. Your card's right here. And or maybe also sharing this with anyone else is probably not a good thing. So don't necessarily, probably would keep this to myself. If I was leaving a job, I wouldn't be telling, my coworkers I'm getting ready to leave or something like that. I'd be keeping this quiet. Even if it's also something that you're launching, I would be keeping it quiet until it's ready to be seen. Okay, which is is smart. It's really smart. Some of you are tweaking a project, getting more insight, getting more information. I need to gather more information before I launch this, before it's launched. Some of you are trying to balance out how you feel when it comes to why do you spend your time and or your money on certain things. I feel like you're re-evaluating, like, did I really need that purse? Did I really need to spend money on this and or that? I think you're really evaluating your value. And that makes you really feel good. Because Saggies are not ones, sometimes, we all have the capacity to overspend. But I feel, Saggy, you're putting like a halt on that, which is really smart. Some people don't even do that. And for others, I'm just saying you may be spending less time and effort on on others that don't add value in your lives. So be mindful of who you are giving your time and energy to, Saggies. Okay? Capricorns. One more shuffle. Capricorn. Okay. Capricorns. Some of you are dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio at a distance. Someone could be at a distance, or you're having emotional, you're thinking, or emotionally, are you feeling like there's a job at a distance that you're uncertain about? Or do I want to take this trip because it's going to cost me money? Some of you may be planning a trip with Capricorn, with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? And you want to go maybe, I don't know, Costa Rica, Europe. You're going somewhere that is you're going to have to delve into your savings account or something. You're a little worried about it. If you are worried about money coming in, make sure that you realize that the more you worry, because there are little mice here, okay? Some of you are seeing mice in your home or around your neighborhood, like in your backyard. Maybe you found a mouse in the house, right? Something like that. Some of you are reading the mouse. What is that? Give a mouse a cookie. All right, I just heard that from a book, a children's book. Maybe you're reading that to a child. If you're taking a cruise, you're not sure if you want to do it yet. You're not like 100%. Maybe you're just thinking about it right now. Taking a cruise or going to Catalina, something simple, maybe a 4-day weekend, but it's still going to cost money. And I feel some of you, if I didn't see, they're showing me the mice that are worried about spending your money. Some of you are worried about spending your money. And if you have already, some of you might have invested or bought a boat. You bought a boat and you're now looking back and saying, wow, I don't even use that boat. Did I really need it? Right? And it sits in, at the dock, right? Or maybe it's time to use it if you do have a boat, or you're dealing with someone who has a boat. I feel a boat also, if you do have a boat or someone has a boat here, it's costing them a lot of money, or you are involved in the purchase of the boat also. Maybe someone's asking you, come on, let's go in halvesies. Let's buy a boat. If a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that you were dealing with at a distance is leaving, you're like, all right, cutting my losses. Right? Cutting my losses. The seahorses are not seeing eye to eye here. So you may not be emotionally invested with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio right now. Some of you are saying, farewell, don't let the door hit you in the ass. I mean, just saying, but I did hear it. Some of you were dealing with someone who thought they could get one over on you, playing a mean game of chess and or poker. Some of you play poker, or you know about poker, and some of you lost money at poker, or maybe you went to Vegas. I don't know. I feel some of you put your money in the wrong place. Some of you, not all of you. Some of you, this is like a treasure chest. You may have someone who's very interested in, I'm just saying, Capricorn, be mindful if you have someone who says they're really interested, if you're single, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is really emotionally detached, and or are they emotionally detached and or but they look like they're really invested in the long term. Just be mindful of people who portray that they want you emotionally, but for what purpose? This is emotional investment. So who is emotionally invested in you, Capricorn, right now? Is it the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Or have they left? Someone might have left because they were not able to emotionally fulfill your heart and or give you their time. Maybe they were always gone. There could be an absent father figure here. It's interesting because this guy doesn't look like this guy. Some of you had a choice or will have a choice between two people. Who gives you that emotional stability? That's the question for those of you who are searching. Maybe you're, on dating websites, right? You really need to focus and hone in on who is emotionally invested in you, Capricorn. That's the most important part. Who has your heart? Not necessarily for the wrong purposes of what you bring to the table, but what do they bring to the table? Are you looking at all angles and investing in the right people, places, and or things? Yeah, someone is emotionally unsettled, maybe about a purchase or a direction, like choosing a direction in life, north, south, east, or west. Some of you maybe are thinking, well, where should we move to? This could be moving and emotionally wanting, because you know that where you are headed has to make you happy. So if you're moving on, moving out, whatever, you got to make sure that whomever you're investing in or wherever you're investing in is going to make you feel like you made the right choice, which could be a fear. Like, I don't want to make the wrong move because guess what? That's like a whole move. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't just mean a home move or a house move. It could be moving on from a relationship or any investments. You are having this fear of, am I doing or making the right move? Something's crawling on my back door. No idea what that is. I'm just saying. Be mindful of something in your back door, in the back door. Something about the back, okay, just be mindful, yeah. Be mindful of someone crawling around in your backyard or being in the backyard. I don't know. Something's crawling in my back door. I don't know what it is. It could be a lizard. I have no idea. I'm going to go look after I'm done though. All right, Aquarius. Wow, that was interesting. Aquarius, let's go. Look at Aquarius got the same here. Look at that. Aquarius is worried about money too. Investing. This is about waiting for money from I feel someone sold something. If it is a home, a property, a boat, someone sold something of value and you weren't sure, Aquarius, if you should do it or if you're going to get back your investment. For Aquarius, unlike Capricorn, this is, am I going to get my investment back? And you're worried about it. You've already done it. I'm still looking at what's crawling on my door. Okay. Something's not feeling right. I feel like you have, for some of you, it's the weight of the world because you really want, you really want to do something right now, but you can't. For some of you, you're waiting for money to come in order to go somewhere or do something or leave a place or go somewhere. I feel this is about going. For Aquarians, I feel that you want to go somewhere, or you maybe moving out, moving on. Maybe you want to move on from a relationship that you've been really invested in a long time. And maybe the timing, it's all about timing for Aquarians. For some of you, if you are in a relationship or what have you, you're waiting to have enough money to purchase a home, to go where you want to go. Maybe you're planning on moving and you can't do it until you sell something else or you have the money to do it with. I feel it's a relationship. What is your relationship with money, Aquarius? Emotional instability with regard to money. This is the fear of not having enough. It's a fear of not having enough and being left out somewhat in the cold, right? A fear of not getting a new job or getting, an advance. I feel some of you are selling a big property or a big something like a car or looking for a job, and it's been like so hard to get something that you're going to be happy with. Or leaving a job or leaving a home or leaving, but you didn't want to. Some of you didn't want to sell your home or leave your home or leave something behind, but you had to for financial reasons. And if it's too much to bear, you're looking to, perhaps some of you are, if you're looking for a home, Aquarius, some of you are downsizing, but downsizing with like a big property. Some of you are getting a big property. You're buying a property, but it's at a distance. Let's just say, it's not Chicago, it's Indiana. It's that kind of vibe. Like, I'll get a better deal for my money. The investing of your future is not necessarily about, investing in your future, but it's more bang for your buck. That's it. So Aquarius, some of you are definitely investing in your future in a real smart, very smart way of investing. Meaning, I don't need to live in, LA, where the taxes are crazy. I'll move to the Midwest or go to Ohio or Iowa or something where I can really build a future here that I don't have to worry about my money, and I'm getting a huge property, so you have to live in Iowa. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of, when I said downsize, it's putting your money where your mouth is, but not necessarily needing to adhere to the old American dream of big house, big cars, all that stuff. I feel this is going to give you peace of mind. Some of you are going to have animals on your farm. It's going to be like you move to a place where there's a farm, or you have enough land to have horses, or there's deer where you live or where you're planning on going. Some of you are definitely have the green thumb, right? You can plant certain things in your garden, vegetables and etc., tomatoes, whatever you're planting, and it really works hard. It really works very well for you, but some of you need water for your plants. Some of you need more water for your plants. Like, maybe it hasn't rained in a while, and it's time, hopefully there'll be some rain. Or maybe it rained Okay, I heard raining on your parade. Someone's raining on your parade. But after the rain comes this, right? Comes that rainbow. Some of you seeing rainbows. Some of you may see rainbows, literally like outside or after, a rainfall, or you're on, social media and you see rainbows, a lot of rainbows. Some of you need to put your money where your mouth is so that you can gain. You have to spend money in order to receive, right? Give and receive. That's the law of giving and receiving. That's the karmic laws on the earth plane. So you have to spend in order to get. But not spending to get with the intention of getting, but with the intention of adding value. So some of you are adding value and purchasing something, like I said, putting money where your mouth is. And not necessarily, like I said, this is important for Aquarians, not living that whole American dream fantasy, the illusion. You're realizing that that's just an illusion. Mice, did I say mice in the house? A mouse in the house? Okay. Some of you find mice inside of your house or in the backyard. Not to worry, they're little tiny ones. They're not rats. Okay, and Pisces. Pisces, what's happening? One more shuffle. It's funny, it's not funny, but it's kind of interesting that right now it's not a lot of this was about the value that we're placing in our own lives and how we're changing, how we're taking time for ourselves to be. It's all about us right now, I feel a lot of us, it's like, what's going on? How are we feeling? How do we feel about things in our lives right now? I feel that a lot of us are feeling that way right now. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, you're taking charge. And now, right as I said, love. But this is, I'm telling you, this is love for a father figure. This is an Aries, if you're dealing, Pisces, with an Aries, or you are in charge of your life. And now things are, for some of you, there's a holdup in love. Some of you are like not giving up on love, but some of you have. I'm just saying. I feel some of you are praying for a new love life, or maybe someone to come in to your life that is a very attractive, empowering type of person who knows what they want and what value they bring to the table, such as an Aries, right? If you're not dealing with an Aries, Pisces, or an Aries father, maybe you met someone, but you're a little like, your fear is, I'm not really 100% sure of this, of what they bring to the table. So all this means is take a minute. Don't say, oh my God, I'm madly in love, because you don't know what they're bringing to the table. Some of you, this looks good on the outside, but lacks some, maybe whatever, integrity, or they have trust issues, or it's all about them. So it's ego. So be mindful of, if you are meeting someone new, you just started dating someone, just take your time and get to know them. Okay? Use your intuition. Some of you are taking a break from love. You're in between, you know, leaving a relationship and having love. Leaving love, having love, right? Taking a pause. That's your middle card. That's the action. Sometimes inaction is the action. For some of you, that's how I feel. It's time for you to just take a minute and invest in yourselves. This is also self-love, both of these. Being empowered, Pisces, to, and this is an Aries card, right? And we have that, right? We have that eclipse coming out in your sign. So that eclipse is having you take a pause and start reevaluating how you see love through the eyes of God. And that's actually one of my trademark sayings. Where would love be if not seen through the eyes of God? Some of you are changing your value on how you place your value on others in love. How you see love is changing. You're going through, right, the moon phase of out with the old ways of ideologies, beliefs, etc., and into a more spiritual, guided God love that encompasses unconditionality, encompasses like what I see in love and what's around me. I'm taking a pause and really reevaluating how I choose to show up in love for myself and in others. And I'm seeing the mirror reflection of that. And it's coming back to me, and it's not necessarily bad, but there are some hesitations. There's moments of, you know, wow, I didn't realize that I didn't put enough maybe time, effort in seeing another's love or loving others in equally of equal value. Some of you are realizing that, where the acorns, right, that are stored. That's why squirrels store their nuts, right? They store food for a season or for many seasons, right? And they know exactly where they store them. So something about squirrels, right? Maybe you're storing and pausing. You're storing and pausing and learning about yourself and love, for sure. And it's a great thing because that gives you that feeling of, I'm empowering myself right now. I feel that I need to take a really close look at how I have reacted, how I have feared, how I have spent the time I've spent, the people I've been with, and where that has taken me to this point of in my life. Needs to be reevaluated. Needs to be given another look. Very insightful, Pisces. Very good time for this to happen right now because it's going to show you what you're made of. Some of you trees, you have beautiful trees in your backyard and bushes. You see the fruits of your labor, not yet, but it's coming. You do have a rabbit and a squirrel, so some of you see that in your backyard as well. Some of you have a beautiful fish tank or an aquarium in your home. It's beautiful. tending to love in so many new ways and in many faces and places. That's what I heard. Wow. Look at mother and father. Pisces. It's a fruitful time for you, and for some of you, it could be very fruitful in terms of getting pregnant. So be mindful of that. If you're trying to get pregnant, it could be happening. But I also feel this is the love of a mother and a father. Love it. Okay, let's get a collective read. A collective for the week, right? Commencing 16th. 9th house, right? Saggies. Our spiritual values. What's our truth? What is the truth that holds all of the values in all of the things that we have learned and shared? The knowledge that we have attained about ourselves. This is the value of ourselves. Doing it like doing the things that we do in a big way, right? We do it in a big way. Some of us doing philanthropy work would be great, or maybe you're thinking about it. Some of you, hot air balloons, maybe taking a hot air balloon ride. Wow, that would be fun. I want to do that. Some of you are really looking at the long term instead of just the instantaneous, which we're looking at now, aren't we? Let's do life in a big way with all the spiritual attainment that goes with it. And that means whatever and wherever you're at consciously is the spiritual attainment that is enough. All right. I send you guys so much love and light and blessings. Please like, share, subscribe. This helps the channel. Everyone, all of us YouTubers are asking for likes and subscriptions, not necessarily for egoic reasons, but more because it helps our channel, the algorithms, to be seen and to be heard, right? And that's what we're here for. We're here for humanity's sake. So please like and share and subscribe for sure. All right, take care. Have a great week.